Okay, Sam? So in this case, what do you have? It says here the length of one side of a rhombus is 8 meters and the measure of one base is 45. It says here the one side of a rhombus is 8, but we know that the one of the properties of a rhombus is all of its sides are equal. So definitely all of its sides are actually 8. Okay? So okay, let's draw a rhombus. Okay. One side is 8. Oh, sorry. One side is 8. Definitely this is also 8, 8, 8. Would you agree? Agree,
Yes,
right? And then it says also in the problem that the one of the measures of the angle is 45, meaning the acute. This could be it. This should be the 45. Okay? Right, Sam?
yes, Tito.
Okay. Now, if out of the rhombus I'll make a right triangle out of it, that would be easy, right? So this now becomes, if I may draw it, this should be 90. This one is 45. So if we have created a right triangle with one of its angles is 5, then the other angle aside from the right angle is what? It's also 45, would you agree?
45.
So
Yes.
we have now, what we have here is actually a special right triangle, right, Sam? So if this is 8,
Yes.
definitely we don't know this one, right? So we will just call this one x.
Yes.
Agree? And we will also call this
Yes.
one what? That's another x.
2x.
It's the same, right? Because we have an isosceles right triangle, and for it to be called an isosceles right triangle, if its other two smaller sides should be equal. Okay? So by this, we can solve it in many ways, but to make it easier for us, let's just apply the Pythagorean theorem. Okay? Okay, by PT. PT stands for Pythagorean theorem. According to the Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse, right, is just equals to the sum of the square of the other two sides. In this case, the other two sides are x. So x squared plus x squared. Agree? 8 squared, what do you get? You get 64. Right? X squared plus x squared. What do you get? You have 2x squared. Do you follow me, Sam?
Yes, Tito.
Okay. First, we get rid of 2. Agree? So for us to get rid of 2, we divide both sides by 2. So we get what? 32. That's square. And then next, what? We're only after of x, but we have x squared here. So to get rid of the square, we get the square root of both sides. Okay. So the square root of 32 is
5.66.
okay.
Yes.
So this is 5.66. That's your x. Okay.
Yes.
That's your x. This is also your x. So your altitude now, or your height, is 5.66. Now, what is the significance of solving for x? Okay. Now, we already knew that the two simplest way of solving for the area of a rhombus is, first, it's the altitude or the height times the base, right? We already have the base. We don't have the altitude. That's why we solve for x. Okay. The other one is 1/2 times first diagonal times second diagonal. But since we didn't deal with the diagonal, so let's forget that the other formula. So let's just conform to the formula called base times height. And in this case, the base is what? 8, right? This one, the entire base. 8 times height. What's the height? That's the x. 5.66. Sige daw. What do you get? 8 times 5.66.
45.28.
Okay, 45.28. Okay? That's meter, so
Okay.
meter square. That's the area of
Mm,
the rectangle. Are we clear on that sum?
yes, Tito. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any
Yes,
question?
Tito.
Did you get it?
Yes, Tito. I understood na.
Huh?